of breakfast. Warzone Fuel. Getting ready to go on the battlefield. hmm I'm downloading Warzone, and I'm really excited about this morning's live stream. I haven't been on the Warzone in a while. I have this awesome soup here. It's like mushrooms with beef stew, tomatoes. It looks so good. It's so good. What's up, man? What is going on this morning? You already know I'm getting ready for Warzone. Gotta eat good before I go out and compete against the sweats, the hackers. hmm So I got tomatoes, mushrooms, and a beef stew. What's up, man? Hey, any of you all? Oh, I did. Yeah. Any of you all involved in the tournament for Call of Duty? You can win some money. I heard you got to register, and it's like a Warzone tournament battle. Yeah, I got to be healthy. Yep, it's good soup, man. You need the right fuel. So when you go on the preparations, you know. Oh shit. Excited. Going to seal the deal with my 3 games today. It's gonna be Ratchet and Clank. It's gonna be Metro Exodus remastered and Chivalry 2. hmm Very stoked about that. Yeah, bro, I gotta register to the tournament. I gotta figure out where. I tried on the website, but it seemed very difficult. Like you gotta have the right. Maybe it's on PC. I can register. I mean, it would be nice to win, but imagine that you register, you're in a lobby with a bunch of team members, and you win like 10 grand. It's a lot of money, you know. This is really good soup. Hope there's more in the fridge. My wife just prepared a bowl for me, so get ready for the. I got a couple guys that wanted me to play the Warzone, Rebirth Island, and the Warzone itself. It's gonna be a Warzone morning. I'm just in the mood for Warzone. No Black Ops, no other games. This soup is so good. My wife is superb at making stuff. Really good. hmm Yeah, it's that feeling. It's that rush when they come out with the update. It's broken, but then after like a week or two, they fix it, and you appreciate it for what it is. And I know Thursday mornings and Thursday all day can be very sweaty times, but I'm in it for the win. I gotta win, you know? Something about Warzone, when you're on that map and shit's getting deep and all these squads are getting killed all around you, and like all that's left is you and your squad, and it's only a matter of time before they try to come and, you know, ambush you, but you end up annihilating them. That's the best feeling in the world. There's nothing like that feeling, you know? This is good shit. Ever play both? Both. So you're welcome to link up, join, and just have a good time, you know? I play Resurgence, I play Warzone. I be honest with you, I wish they never took away the old map. I miss the stadium. I miss a lot of the things that the old map had. Over what? Some big ass skyscraper. Takes forever to get to the top. Bullshit. That's if you ask me, it's bullshit. I'll be honest with you, once they started integrating the Black Ops, merging it with Warzone, it changed the Modern Warfare feel. When Warzone first came out, the very first day that we were able to land on that map, that was the most spectacular environment in the beginning. It was jaw dropping amazing. And then once they started adding a little bit of sprinkles of Black Ops and, you know, Treyarch took over, and then I disagree with the whole process. I liked it when it was when we were going through the training camps and then we landed on the Warzone for the first time. That was amazing. Now it's like they created a masterpiece and then they gave it up for someone else to trash and destroy it, and that's exactly what they did. But once Battlefield comes out, it's gonna be it's gonna dominate because they already said that they're copying the same concept as Warzone. I don't know if they're gonna have the same engine, but to make it look similar, it's gonna be awesome. I'll be modern. It's the only modern shooter coming out this year, I think. Well, there's other ones, but it's more story based. 6 Days in Fallujah. It looks awesome. I want to get that game. I want to get that experience like I'm in Fallujah. You know, raiding the houses and seeing how they felt. You know. Mm-hmm. Almost done with this food. The taste of this soup is so amazing. It's got a beef with a little sweet and sour, and then you got I got red peppers in there. I got mushrooms. I got beef chunks. It's so good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Tonight's gonna be the night, bro. Tonight, my wife already agreed to. We're gonna start off the Little Hope series again. I know I played through it, but I want to see if she can handle it. Yeah, that's tonight. That's this evening, 7:30. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be amazing. Mrs. Dragon will be in the building, and she's gonna be awesome. I'm still gonna control the characters, but she's gonna call the shots. I want to see how she calls the shots. We're gonna get through the whole game. I don't care if we're up all night. So be it. hmm And I want to try to get her to play Ratchet and Clank because that game's coming out on the 11th. That's going to be awesome. I want to try to get her involved in a lot of the games that are going to be coming out because we're getting Fidelity FX. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be amazing. Yep. Thank you, man. I'm almost ready to jump on the Warzone now. It's downloading because I had it uninstalled, and she's not gonna play. She's not gonna play Warzone. We're gonna play. She's gonna play Little Hope. Little Hope. Yeah. I'm gonna be the controller, and she's gonna pick and choose how the story goes. I'm not gonna say a word. She's gonna pick and choose how the story goes. Let's see if she could handle it without any jump scares. That's this evening at around 7:30. Mm-hmm. That will set the mood. She's not gonna play Warzone. Yeah, she thinks that I turn into a monster when I play too much Warzone because the moment she walks in the room, I turn to the side like I'm playing Warzone. Why are you bothering me? Because you're so into the moment, and then you almost forget that. That's. I mean, no, I don't forget it's my wife, but when you're in the Warzone, you're just like, just please leave me alone until I finish this game. Then we can talk. And she doesn't like that. Oh no, she doesn't. She says every time you play this game, you turn into this mean monster. You're killing more hackers. Yeah. She said to me, she was downstairs watching, Lifetime, and she said, for my age, I should never be raging the way I do to these hackers and these young teenagers and whoever, because she said it makes me so immature. She said it, and I was like, shit, because even though my door's closed, when I get real loud, she can hear everything. So, yep. So, yeah, just waiting for waiting for Warzone to fully download. Yeah, that's the life of gaming. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I gotta make sure that I spend a little time with her and do the things that she wants me to do. So then I'm excused from chores and activities and stuff like that. And so yeah, that's why sometimes I don't start the live stream in the afternoon because I'm doing things around the house, but not really much things lately. Just been resting a lot, but really excited about Warzone today. Let's see what we could get into, huh? I gotta get some wins, bros. No exception. Oh, Ratchet and Clank. Oh my God. Right around the corner. Metro Exodus Remastered. Right around the corner. Chivalry 2. Hey, what's up, Seahawk? Trey. What's up, man? Yeah, Chivalry 2, right around the corner. Great game so far. And I'll tell you one thing, man, that game made me feel a little oozy in the beginning, a little nauseated, because when you're going through that practice demo and you're actually jabbing and stabbing it really feels like you're getting stabbed at some point. So they did a good job of, you know, the impalements of the swords and the clashes. It's pretty good. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna like jumping into it and hacking and slashing, and it's on the right path right now. Chivalry 2. Hopefully it's gonna have some kind of campaign mode. We don't know. And Metro Exodus Remastered. I'm excited for it because we get 4K at 60, ray tracing, HDR. What more can you ask for? Now, my TV, Far Cry 6, I am so for it. I am ready for Far Cry 6. I love the whole intro. I think it's gonna be pretty damn decent because especially if it's in Mexico, there's a lot of cartels, there's a lot of drugs that are gonna be involved. There's a lot of gangs and all that stuff. So yeah, Far Cry 6 is gonna be dope. By that time, we'll have the Fidelity FX enhancements from AMD. They already promised it to both next gen consoles, okay? Because they both have the Radeon RDNA 2.0. Yeah, I'm excited as well. Yeah, me too. Seriously. And I just added to my library the three games that are for PS Plus. There's the Virtual Fighter 5, the Star Wars Squadron. I got that for free. It's only been out 8 months. I got that for free. And then I got this other game. It's a PS5 exclusive, but it's a two-player game. You have to have two people. One person's a hacker, the other person's an information receiver and solver and all that stuff. And you gotta solve the clue. It looks weird. It's different, but I'm excited. Totally stoked about everything, bros. You already know. So I'm getting ready. I'm just waiting for the Call of Duty Warzone to fully install because there's an installation progress. These are good. The Schneider, honey and mustard and onion. They're so good. What's the next game? What's exciting about next gen now is once the FX fidelity is added to the next gen consoles, there's no more upscaling. It's just going to be 4K at 60 with HDR. Frame rates can be even higher. Now, right now, 4K at 60 is the base norm for most games, which my TV can handle perfectly fine. It's actually really doing really well. Whereas when I get the QN90A, that's where I'm going to get the 4K at 120 with HDR and ray tracing because it's going to have the FreeSync Premium Pro. Now, mind you, it's only going to have one HDMI 2.1 port. Does that really matter? No, not to me, because once I have it set up a certain way, I don't mind swapping the HDMI cables if I need to. The reality is this, is that I'm not going to spend an extra $5,000 just to have four HDMI ports. That's insane. Now, 8K is not even relevant, okay? It hasn't even been scratched the surface. The dust hasn't even been brushed off the actual um, the sealment of the rock, you know what I mean? So I'm staying away from 8K. I do wish that the Samsung 4K lineup had the One Connect box. If it was possible, I could get the QN95A. I would, but I don't know if that code will work in the United States. So, what's up? hmm Just had my Warzone breakfast, and we getting ready to jump on. Get our squad started. We gotta set up the first tournament. Tournament's on June 7th. It's free, bro. You could download. For some reason today, after uninstalling some of the games, I was able to reinstall the Warzone with my Black Ops Cold War, so I'm excited about that. Red Dead Redemption 2. I was watching some videos on that, and I'm just amazed at what Rockstar does with these games. And we got Grand Theft Auto enhanced version coming out. I think it's I think it's like in October or something. I know it's a little wait, but once these games come out, we're going to be experiencing some pretty cool upgrades to gaming in general. hmm Super stoked. I can't wait to see the. I can't wait. E3 is right around the corner. I was talking to one of my friends. November for GTA. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. I may be too old for that then. So what's up? Hey Metapex, what's up, man? What's going on? Yeah, I'm excited for November. That's where, a lot of those games, and we got E3 right around the corner. God of War delayed for 2022. At least it's not 2023. And let's let's set the target for the first quarter of 2022 because dude, I'm gonna be getting too old if I'm waiting the second quarter or the last quarter. Yeah, that's insane. But the game's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. hmm By then, we'll already have VR2. We got AMD fully supporting these games and making them look and play like PC pretty much. I mean, PC is always going to be the most optimized, but for the money that we're paying for the next gen consoles and the games, I'm all for it. I'm really excited about what AMD's doing. Oh, hell yeah. It'll be worth the wait. And it's going to be a new experience. I don't think they're going to give us the same thing, just a little more enhanced. I think they're going to give us something totally new. Like, we haven't seen nothing yet. Warzone this morning. Yep. They didn't announce any date, no. But that's why E3 is right around the corner because with E3, they're going to, I'm sure we're going to see Battlefield 6. That's exciting. Oh, I talked to my friend and he told me E3 is like 3 days in a row. It's like a Woodstock for video games. Yeah, anything goes. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to Battlefield 6. I'm looking forward to God of War Red Rock, Ragnarok, whatever the hell. And and the other games they're going to show us, right? You know? Oh yeah, yeah. Someone already quoted on YouTube that we may not need a PS5 Pro because of what AMD just announced. That's going to be the Pro enhancement is all those features. There's no point of upgrading the PS5 to a Pro if you got all these added features that make games truly optimized and more realistic in all their aspects of a video game. You know? What for? I mean, I already spent between my consoles, my games, dude. Guys, I spent probably about a couple grand. Okay, I could have, excuse me, I could have invested in a PC, and yeah, the PC would definitely feel good at times, but then there's certain games that are just not as optimized. Where I feel like the next gen consoles give you a balance, so the games are not at high resolution, high quality, but they're not at the normal low quality. They're like in between, a little better, and that's important because for the money that we're paying, we're getting great deals. hmm I'm super stoked about it. Every month now, I'm stacking up games. My my stack of games is starting to climb up like a story building. I'm not kidding you. I'm gonna make a video one day when it's stacked all the way to my roof. My ceiling, not the roof. That'd be too crazy, but my ceiling. Mm-hmm. Nice. So, if I wanted to, I could get a PC right now, but last time I talked to the companies, holy shit, 4,500? Yeah. Yeah, when I talked to certain companies, I think I called HP. I don't remember one of them. And I said, hey, what's a good deal with a PC and all the parts and everything? They're like, well, to be honest with you, if you really want to like make a custom PC, because I kind of want to make a custom one, they said to wait because a lot of the supply and demand is not there and the prices are jacked sky high. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I have to wait, but I don't feel like I'm missing out, you know? That's not bad. 2,300 for both? You know what would be a cool invention? If some engineer or some architect could take the next gen PS5 and the next gen Series X and merge them two together to make one behemoth of a console. And with all the teraflops and the GPU power. Jesus, just for the graphics card, 3,500, dude. That's how much my TV's gonna cost if I bought it without any deals. Just my TV alone. Now the reason why I want that TV, FreeSync Premium Pro. It's the only TV out there that's got FreeSync Premium Pro. And that's designed by AMD and Series X and PlayStation 5. So that TV was meant for gaming, you know? We're still going to be gaming on the Q9FN. I still have it, but I want to compare the two. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Derek. I'm going to build it later on. Yep. But here's another thing too. Not only am I going to build it later on, I think I'm going to go all out with AMD. I don't know why, because I can still get Nvidia, but I think with AMD, I think I'll be just fine. I don't think I need the best of the best to be happy. Like if I get a really good AMD graphics card, a really good PC, it merges with my TV, it's designed to work with my FreeSync Premium Pro. I think I'm straight. And then I got the Fidelity X enhancement, the Fidelity FX with not only my consoles but with my PC. Holy crap, it's a wrap. You know? Exactly the PC that I have. I bought it in 2011. It doesn't even have 4K. It has no 4K. The highest it goes is to 1080p at 60, which is okay. It's not bad. No HDR either. So it doesn't have 4K and it doesn't have HDR. But it's got a shit ton of memory. I got it as a custom PC. I paid almost $2,000 for that PC at the time. And that to me was a lot of money. I use a credit card. So, oh, for your PC, everything's new except the hard drive. Yeah, my PC when I first bought it, it came with a 580 a 580 NVIDIA graphics card. 580. Well, how far have we gone ever since a 580? You see what I'm saying? Oh, you want to see if you want to pre-order either a physical copy or a digital copy? It's frustrating. Physical copies aren't getting the same bonuses. Yeah, yeah, that's a great comment. That's a great point. Let me tell you why they do that. They do that because Sony profits more when you buy the digital copy because all that money goes to them exactly. So they have more capital surplus and they have more of an allowance to build profit. That's it. So they're going to try to fish you with the hook to get digital because they're giving you more perks. Whereas if you buy the game physical at GameStop, Sony's not getting that full percentage. Sony's getting some kind of cut from that, but GameStop is also getting paid, you know? But it really, AMD, you mean Ryzen 7? Yeah, one of those, yes, sir. So that's what happens. And it frustrates me because there's times where the reason why I want the physical copies is because I want to have my games physical. So in the future, if I ever wanted to trade them in or something, I can, or just in general, just to collect them, you know? So I'm not a fan of digital copies getting more bonus and perks and all that stuff. I think that's a way to get people to not buy physical, you know? And the more we buy digital is the more closer to a future where everything becomes digital, where physical is obsolete in the next coming generations. So I would rather buy physical, knowing that we can still keep that culture. We don't want to have cancel culture with video games and physical copies. That would eliminate that that sense of hobby, that sense of um, work and effort we put into collecting those games. I know you guys could relate. That is the truth. I would rather have a stack of games cluttering my room than have everything digital and one day everything is erased or deleted. Yeah, everything to go back to the 80s. Yeah. Think of it this way. Before the social media, before the smartphones, you ever notice that people were more alert, they were more coherent, they were more aware of what's really going on? Nowadays, and I'm using myself as an example. And nowadays, we're all just stuck on our phones. Whether we're looking at YouTube videos, we're looking at Google News, we're looking at stuff at certain stores to buy certain things. It's all on the phone. The days of looking at an actual book or a magazine, just anything in general, those days are gone. Anything you want to look at, it's on your phone, you know? So that can be a plus, but that could also be a crutch in the same time. Except games and tech, yeah. So what I'm saying is this: technology is great, but too much of technology takes away from the traditional process of someone's life on a daily basis, okay? Because no longer do you have to try to figure it out on your own. Every answer is on the phone for you. All you have to do is ask Google and look a YouTube video. You see what I'm saying? So exactly, yeah. And you know, that's a scary thing. That's a scary thing because imagine all the games, all the extra premium packs that you buy, the deluxe and the platinums, and then all of a sudden it's all gone like that. Why? Because a new generation is around and they want to get rid of the old. Come on, they're doing it. They're doing this in every single aspect of every single topic in life right now. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised one day if they try to eliminate something that we are diehard fans of: collecting physical copies. Look at every single YouTuber that talks about video games. What do you see on their back wall and their shelves? A stack of games from all other generations. And I don't know if I could ever get to that point because I'd have to start from scratch. But what I can say is that's a lot of memory. That's a lot of happiness. That's a lot of excitement. I am so happy to go to GameStop and pick up my games. I feel that I feel there's more of a sense of a satisfaction when I have the copy right in my hand than when I just download it to my PlayStation. I feel like when I download it to my PlayStation, it's just another program. It's programming me to just think, well, if I just download it digitally, I'm happy, but in a programmed way. No, I want the actual copy so I could open it up and I could look at the disc. I can look on the back to read what's on the back. I like that, man. That is the feeling of having the next gen consoles, but then having the PS5 case. To me, that I'm stacking the games up, you know? So thanks for everyone being here. There's 14 people, and thank you for all the likes. I mean, it really means a lot to me. 15? What's up, everybody? I agree with you. It is so exciting, actually fun to wake up early to go to GameStop. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I know this is my day off, right? But I am so stoked to go to GameStop in the afternoon today and to reserve whatever I need, pay whatever I need and to see if there's anything new, even though I haven't heard of anything new, just to go into the store and it's like my other family. You know what I mean? Like every single video game I can relate to, from Atari to Nintendo to Super Nintendo to Genesis to 32FX, TurboGrafx 16, Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, 3DO, Gold Star, all the way to N64. After N64 was Nintendo GameCube, then it was the Wii U, and now it's the Nintendo Switch. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on, and I'm just excited now. I haven't had Nintendo products in a long time. I started out mostly on Atari, then I merged to Nintendo. Back in the day, Nintendo was it, you know. Now, Nintendo to me tries to bring me back to a time that I once was immersed in. Now I'm into the more violent adult type adventure games. You know, Nintendo still will always be that part of my heart that will always go back one day. I mean, even when Nintendo Switch Pro comes out, I may consider getting that because they're claiming that it's 4K on the handheld option where you take it with you and you're playing a 4K image. That to me sounds like it's time to go back to Nintendo for, some over the road games, you know what I mean? So super stoked. I'm excited about PSVR too because I know now with the AMD enhancements and with the teraflops, we are going to get a serious realistic resolution. I don't think they're going to hold back and keep it at a 1080p. I think this resolution is going to be 4K, 1440p if they're really pushing the hardware. And I wouldn't say 8K. I wouldn't say 8K because I think that's just way ahead of us. It, the only way that we can make 8K normal mainstream right now, I have to say this. If the freaking aliens come down from the stars in space and they show us how to do it, okay? That's the only way. That's the only way we can have it mainstream tomorrow, you know? When they come down and they say, you want to see 10K? You want to see 12K? You know? Want to see 100K? What? That'd be amazing. Anyway, so 4K, I'm happy with. I feel like 4K, I feel like the QN90A is a perfect next gen upgrade. Now, let me ask you this question. If I waited and I'm still going to buy the QN90A, but if I decided to hold off and wait for the Samsung TV that's coming out next year, I don't know if they're going to give us the same features because they're already talking it's not going to be QLED. I mean, it's going to be QLED, but it's going to be an OLED panel from LG. So, how are you going to get it to look the way it's always been for all these years with the Samsung tradition? You know, so I'm a little bit nervous about that, but at the same time, I'm excited because I want to see what's going to be new. because eventually everything is going to be merged over to an OLED panel screen because that's what everybody likes. But I like my QLED. I want to experience those mini LEDs so I can say I have it. To play, go back and play games and say, wow, I noticed on like the Evil Within in dark scenes and scenes where there's Black Crush, if I notice it's better or worse, you know what I mean? Guys, really appreciate you guys being here today. I didn't know it was going to jump up to 14 people. That's an achievement. That's an honor. And thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of the channel, being a part of the Discord, just having a good time together. I just want to be the best I can be. Everybody, to give the best advice and be truthful and not just make up stuff and not just tell you what I think is good, but based on your intuition. X Files, laugh out loud. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, man. You guys make me even more happy when I see these comments. It's like no problem, brother. Happy to be here and talk about fun things. Oh, you guys are awesome. So yeah, this is the start of the excitement. June 22nd, that's when AMD is gonna give that firmware update, and we're now gonna have all those features. And there's one game that they already said that's well, there's 40 games that already have that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I saw your stream yesterday. Yep. I finally saw you on Warzone. It was itching for a while, Thunderhawk, and then I saw you, and I'm like, wait a minute, Thunderhawk's playing Warzone? I'm like, hey, did you sign up for that tournament, Thunderhawk? It's, I think it's on June 7th. Yeah, you should sign up for it because you and your entourage can actually win some money, bro. Imagine winning like a couple grand just for playing the game. Why not, dude? So I think if you go on a PC, you just type in Warzone tournament and you have to register. Once you register, oh yeah, yeah. Well, you got to remember, bro. What I was saying real quick is that anybody that has the opportunity to register for the tournament, why not? Get those G's, get the $1,000. But when it comes down to hold on, when it comes down to the excitement and the enjoyment of gaming, I grew up with this stuff. When I was with my parents and I was just growing up, my mother came home one day from the factory that she worked at, and she had an Atari 2600 and 50 games, all free. And she's like, "Do you want to try this? Because my friend at work's son was used to play the video games, but he got the Nintendo something or just something better." And this was the beginning of like all the games, and then right from there I was playing Berserker, I was playing Dig Dug, I was playing Asteroids, I was playing Pitfall. All those games just started everything. I'm like, where has this been all my life? And then Nintendo came out. The first two games was Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, and I was sold. When I got Mario, I had to play that game all the time. That was like next gen to me. Playing Mario Brothers, that was like what? And then Duck Hunt, I'm like yeah. And then Kung Fu came out. When Kung Fu came out, I was just like this is awesome. And then Castlevania, then Contra, Metroid, Zelda. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Metal Gear. These are the original NES games. That was the days, bros. I don't know if it was Ghouls and Goblins. Maybe no. I think that was Nintendo 60, Super Nintendo. And then when Super Nintendo came out, Super Nintendo was fantastic, fantastic. It was just an upgrade from the Nintendo, but just way better, you know. And the Zelda, and just going back to all those games. And now we are finally reaching the stars. We are finally hitting that bullseye in the Milky Way with next gen. I mean, we're getting close to photorealism like we never experienced before. I mean, this is a time in our lives where back in those days we never thought this would be possible. Now it's possible. Now it's possible. And I don't know how long it's going to take for the whole 8K transition, but once they start to actually get a hold of all that, it's gonna be, I don't even know, it's gonna be a game changer, to be honest with you, because 8K, when you look at it, it's nice, but is it that much of a difference from 4K? A lot of people don't think so. A lot of people think that it is similar but also different in other ways. So yeah, there's no point of spending 5, 6 grand on an 8K TV and thinking that you're getting something way better when in fact all you're getting is just a little bump in resolution and some features that you wouldn't get on a 4K TV. And even then, some people are not satisfied. Some people are like, well, what's the point? There's nothing in 8K. There's nothing that is gonna make me feel like I'm have all these 8K options. Why? And then by the time 8K becomes mainstream, that 8K TV you have now is not going to be as advanced as the 8K TV that comes out around that time. So no, I mean the early adopters can buy all they want if they're wealthy. That's fine. I'm not going to be a sucker. I'm going to get the QN90A. Super stoked about that TV because it utilizes FreeSync Premium Pro. It's partners with AMD, with Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5. It's a win-win situation. And my target is when that TV goes down to 2,500. Right now it's 32.99. It was 34.99 or 35. It was almost 4 grand, like 500 off 4 grand. I'm buying it when it's 25 and I'm getting a 75 inch. The reason why I recommend a 75 inch is because 75 at least gives you a little more immersion than a 65, but I think an 85 inch will overwhelm you with so much screen. I mean, I can't imagine really at this point looking at an 85-inch TV because I'd have to turn my head to look on one side of the screen and turn my head to look on the other side. So I'd rather just, my 75 is nice. And one day I'm gonna make a video. I had a viewer that asked me to make a video about HDR and how I set it up for my PlayStation 5. So I will do that today. I'll make that video on today, how I set up uh my calibration for HDR. So that's going to be in the works for today. And 75 is perfect for me. I enjoy it. I think on the live stream it looks a little better because it's more detailed. It's more of a bigger aspect, so it's really good. Um, you guys, look, really appreciate you guys. I know we could talk here forever, but I think it's time for me to go on the Warzone. Would you guys agree? Huh? This is great. Yeah. Were you expecting the large viewership increase from the pre-order wait out? No, actually, no, I wasn't. To be honest with you, I had no notion. I had no idea that I influenced so many people that were interested in being able to get the PS5, but not only that, just my motivation, my obsession for the console. I didn't know it would reach to other countries. Like that shocked me. I didn't know my algorithm could just skyrocket the way it did. But I also want to give the I want to give the thank you to the supporters that made that possible because they shared the video. I don't think it was just me solely by myself. I think there was a lot of people that, encouraged me and supported me, and I didn't even know it. They started sharing the videos on Instagram. They started sharing the videos on Facebook. They started sharing the videos on all kinds of social media platforms. And that's another reason why so many people were able to get the PS5, you know? And yeah, I was a pretty good influence, and at that point I would say I had my own leadership skill, you know, because no matter what the circumstance, I was determined to get my PS5. And that's an example of how in life, if you're determined to get what you want and you're not settling for less, you're a champion. You are a conqueror, and you are a hero, and you are victorious. So that's what I did that evening. Yep. And I had no idea that it was going to sprawl up the way it is now. And I appreciate all you for, being a part of it. And, sometimes YouTube can just be so downright grind. I mean, sometimes I feel like it's rubbing me off like sandpaper. I mean, it can get really, really tough, because let's face it, most of the really, really big YouTube channels, they have sophisticated equipment. They have a crew of people that already strategize with marketing skills and with making everything so professional, you know? Stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. How? I wouldn't know how to do that, bro, because I only have one TV. Yeah. So, I think by now my Warzone probably updated, so I can still talk to you, awesome people, and you know, I could always talk about video games. It's just something that's always been part of my life, in my heart, and a lot of memories. Now, if I kept all my previous consoles and all my games, I would be like one of those YouTubers that's got a whole wall of basically trophies and plaques and all that stuff. But in life, you go through ups and downs, you go through changes. I went from playing video games to jumping into guitar. Then I did some, like some of my own tracks and riffs and stuff like that. Never really got into a band and, was playing guitar, but I was doing my own thing at the time. It was fun. But there came a time in my life where that wasn't even my niche, And once I, got into my certification of my work and what I do, that was my calling. Because at the end of the day, with the amount of money that I'm able to make doing that kind of work, it changed my life to have the things that I never thought I can have. So that's a part of my life that made me who I am today, because I took the risks and I sacrificed. I was obsessed with the work, and I had blood, sweat, and tears. I went through hell, and now I feel like I'm in heaven. Now, if I had a little bit more of a better opportunity in the future, then yeah, but like right now, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I don't have to be a millionaire to be super happy. All I have to be is proud of myself and what I put myself through to be who I am today. That's it. That's it. Like, when you look at me and I'm talking to you guys, do I look like I really have like an ounce of stress from life? No, because I tackled it, and I played the game, and I feel like I beat it in my own way. Not like I beat everybody in the game, but I beat it my own way, where I just said, you know what? I'm going to conquer this myself. I'm going to build my plan, and I am not going to be distracted by anybody else's dreams and goals, because I can't get to mine if I'm thinking about my neighbor's dreams and goals and how I'm not at that level. No, I built up my own dreams and goals, and it worked because I stopped being so distracted. I stopped pleasing everybody. I stopped being that person that wants to help everybody. And I still have that heart in me where I want to help people out, but that's not my main focus. My main focus is making sure that every day that I succeed in everything I do, I learn from my mistakes. So every day is a lesson learned, no matter how you look at it. Every year that goes by, there is so much stuff that I learn every year, every day. So, and the number one thing in life that will make you truly happy no matter what you do is you have to love your profession and you have to love who you've become. And that's it. That's it. Everything else comes into perspective. It's just a harmony of just beautiful algorithm. That's all I gotta say. Positive vibes and just being influenced not just by myself, but being influenced by people that I would want to be around and I would be a part of, you know? So what I had to do was wean out all the all the bitter seeds in life that would just hold me back from who I am today. And that involved me detaching from people that I once thought were a part of my life. But what I realized is when I was a part of their lives, they were draining me and they were actually decreasing me from my dreams and goals, meaning they were withholding me from achieving my dreams and goals because they weren't at that level, so they didn't want me to be at that level. And there comes a time in your life where you feel like you're achieving stuff, and if someone is criticizing or being critical and just flat out down talking your dreams and goals, you have to make that decision to not be a part of their lives because they're not going to get you where you want to be at. They're only going to discourage you and they're going to do everything they can. If they can't destroy you, they're going to distract you. That's it. So I hope I gave you guys enough advice. Thank you for the 10 likes. That's amazing. And yeah, it's time to go on to Warzone, guys. What do you say, huh?
Morning.
Good morning.
Mom, you got dry shampoo?
Uh,
Yeah, you do.
she's upstairs.
Oh.
It's okay. Yeah, it
I
should
was gonna
be.
say, I'm using her dry shampoo.
Okay, yeah, no, that's it's all there. Yep, it's all good.
Is the toilet broken?
They probably were just looking at to see why it wasn't flushing properly. I'll take a look at it, but
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if I was like in your way or whatever.
no, it's all good. Yeah, so it's that being that best person for yourself, and then you start to be that best person for people around you. But it takes time. You have to see how much you can go through in life before you could be better to other people. Because if you can't handle life on your own, how can you help other people if you can't help yourself? That is the number one creed in my life, and I like to tell people that, before you go out helping other people, help yourself out first, and then you'll see how much more you could do for everyone else. And it takes time, but it builds character, and character builds success, and before you know it, you are on the right path. It's that easy. So all right, guys. So I guess that's it, huh? Like I think if I wait any longer, I have so much respect for you, man. That's how we should all be. Thank you, man. Yeah, and there's always going to be those moments in life, those hallmark moments where you look back and who you used to be and who you've became because of the decisions that you made for yourself, not somebody else. Because if someone else is giving you advice and they're telling you what's good for you, just because they think it's good for you does not mean you know what's good for you. Because what's going to happen is everybody that's saying something, you're going to agree upon it, and then after the fact, you're not going to be happy because you're truly not making decisions on your own. You see, that's what it's all about. So, and I'm still learning a lot from everything, guys. It's not just, like me telling you guys this is what I learned, but I also learned by listening to other people's advice as well. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you for this morning of just sheer support and just showering blessings. I mean, 11 likes to me is more than you guys giving me $50 on a super chat. Like seriously, like that 11 likes will stay there as long as I stay genuine and true to you guys. Whereas that $50 super chat is going to be spent either on something that's easily to be spent on or someone that would need that and help them out. So I'd rather have 11 likes than money. That's I'm just being honest with you guys. So appreciate that because that goes a long way. When I go back to this live stream just to look at it and I see the 11 likes, it keeps me going. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right. You know, the worst feeling in the world is when you have people disliking so much of your stuff and you're just trying so much to just be the best. So, all right guys, listen. It's time for me to go because it's time for me to get ready on the Warzone. Thank you all. We had a great morning, a great conversation. And do yourself a favor. Tell yourself today that fear is not going to get in the way of your goals, your dreams, and your success because fear is what always leads to distracting you into a defeat. So always remember that every day. Don't fear anything because whatever you fear, it controls you. All right, guys. Have a good morning. I'm getting ready for the war zone. Let's go. Have a good morning, guys.